Welcome back to The Morning Blend. It is a local story that made national headlines. On Monday, July 15th, 2013, 19-year-old Jessie Blodgett was raped and murdered in her home by a friend. It was a boy that she had once dated in high school, who they had connected as friends through the years.
While the details of the case are shocking, many people are most surprised at the fact that Jessie's father was able to forgive her killer. Dr. Buck Blodgett joins us now to talk about how he did that and why he started the Love is Greater Than Hate project. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me on your show.
Appreciate it.
I want to showcase real quick the tattoo on your arm because I think it's really beautiful. A lot of our viewers love tattoos, and this is a gorgeous depiction of your daughter. Can you explain what it is?
Yeah, it's her. One friend drew her, another friend drew a butterfly, which has meaning since she passed, and another drew the calligraphy. And so I kind of have her three best friends on my arm as well as her.
Beautiful.
That's really neat. Just so people, a lot of people are familiar with the story because you're from Hartford. It was a local girl who was killed. It was also the subject of a Dateline episode. It was in July of 2013, and Jessie was home, right? Sleeping at the time of her murder?
Yeah, it was a Monday morning about 9 a.m. and Jessie was asleep in her bed, and Joy and I were at work when a friend came in and executed a long planned attack.
You call him a friend because they knew each other through high school. They did plays together. That was one thing that she loved. She was in Fiddler on the Roof at the time. They had had a cast party the night before. Do you think she would have called him a friend?
Oh, absolutely. They were in the same group of people. They sat together first and second chair in orchestra for 6 years. So they were definitely friends.
How do you know that he was planning to kill her for a long time?
There's a lot of evidence in the case, and one is his computer, and his computer shows a long stream of thinking and planning and
looking at serial killer stuff,
yes,
right?
yes.
Like researching that sort
Yes.
of like. And there had been another attack prior to Jessie's murder, right, in a park somewhat close by.
3 days before Jessie, he attacked another woman in a park. Also modeled after a different serial killer search. And you know, he was a seemingly normal kid, nice guy, very popular, very talented, almost a prodigy on violin and really smart, great student. And the thing I most want to say about this is that he's not a monster. What was in him, I believe, is in all of us. And we have to come to terms with that if we're going to have a breakthrough and find new solutions to solve this problem.
And you talk about the fact, too, in some of the stuff on your website and such, that his family was a very loving, kind, wonderful home that he grew up in. And I think that's where people want to point fingers at first. What happened in his home? You know, things like that. It was a good situation, good people who raised him. How do you find love for someone in a situation that should foster so much hate?
I've been answering this question for 3 years and I still don't know how to. I feel like I was blessed with it. I was an atheist a little over 3 years ago, and when this happened, the world changed for me. And I felt an overwhelming preciousness of life and a presence of love. And I don't know how else to explain it. I felt like it was gifted to me, it descended on me, and forgiveness wasn't something I tried to do or my wife tried to do, it just was there.
And has she chosen to forgive also, your wife?
Yeah, from second one.
And I always wonder when there's forgiveness, because I think it releases you from hate and your wife. And I give you both a lot of credit because a lot of people would want to kill the person who did this to their child. Have you communicated your forgiveness to him? Have you had any conversations with him?
I've only had one chance, and that was at sentencing, and I told him I forgave him and I told him I loved him. And I meant that, and I mean it now. And I don't mean I loved him like I want to hang out and watch the Packers and I like him. I meant it like a statement about what I'm bringing into this world in contrast to what he brought into this world and what I'd like to be an example for everybody. I think it's all of our jobs and all of our responsibilities. You don't have to look long into the world now to see how broken it is and how much conflict and drama and hatred, and I think we need to refocus and make a little more effort at loving each other better.
He hasn't given you that love back. He didn't give you answers. He didn't admit to killing Jessie. Do you think that will come? What do you feel on that topic, and does that matter to you?
I wouldn't be truthful if I said it doesn't matter, but I don't want to give him any, he has no power over me. Yet, the door is always open, my heart is always open. If and when he's ever ready, I'll be ready. I'm a little mad that it's taking so long, but everything in God's good timing, I guess.
It's fascinating. He is behind bars without the possibility of parole. For people who are wondering about that, let's move on a little bit to your mission, because you have this incredible forum of community leaders, 56 leaders that include state reps and mayors and police chiefs and the DA and nonprofits and principals and teachers and schools and counselors and faith leaders and mental health leaders. And I mean, it goes on and on and on. What is the purpose of this? Because you want to speak to violence, right? Specifically against women.
Yeah, we want to do something about it. The purpose is a new aligned approach that expands beyond just the direct interveners, the people who are up to their shoulders in the river, this endless stream of violence against our girls and women. Every time they pull a body out to safety to the shoreline, turn around and go back in, there's another one coming down the river. It's everywhere. And these are our first responders who show up in the middle of violence and stop it, and our local shelter who help people after, and our legal judicial system and social services who counsel and prosecute and defend our victims and perpetrators. They need help. They need somebody to go upstream and find out how and why and when and where all these girls and women are getting into the river in the first place, and address root causes with primary prevention. We need new solutions and breakthroughs for primary prevention.
We're out of time, but to leave people with something that they can do, what do you suggest that we all do to end this?
Open your heart, your mind, your will, and your eyes. Do whatever you can do in your space and time to love and forgive somebody.
I love that.
I do too.
People can get your book.
Yes, on Amazon.com.
And you have a wonderful project, Love is Greater Than Hate. People can go to your website too to find out more. It's ligth.org. Great to meet you.
Yeah,
You
you're
too.
an inspiration.
Thank you. And sorry for your loss.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.